food was tasty.
Show y'all a little clip of that.
Can we get in here?
Got old school Miley playing in here. Copyright strike. But we're sitting outside here at the house and oh no. Yeah. Alright, I think yours is coming. What'd you order? Oh, it's okay. Oh, what'd you get?
I got a burrito.
Oh, it's a, here we go.
And
the Caesar?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're my hero.
Went all the way down to 11.
Parts of the job. Coming to you from a completely different location and actually completely different country. We are now in Canada. Dun, 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 dun. And we are on top of the world. On top of the world. The condo that we are staying in. Another Airbnb rental that we will review and give you a tour of. Maybe check out some pricing. Apparently, Winnipeg is an extremely affordable city to live in. And there are a lot of perks to Winnipeg, Canada. Now, we are going to head downstairs. There's not only this rooftop lounge area and these grills over here, but there's also a bar restaurant down below. It's starting to sprinkle out here. Can you imagine having to walk on the edge of this building here, anchored off on these CB12 tie-off points? But who puts screws on the top of the coping? Not my first choice. To each their own. But it is starting to sprinkle, so we'll get out of here. Go downstairs. Is there another door? Oh, what is this?
It's the pool and then pool table and then like a little hangout area.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, I'm sure we'll end up recording something in there.
Oh man. All right, cool. Let's go
eat.
eat and then map out a game plan and then get ready to record.
Happening. I don't know what's happening.
I've always wanted to live in a loft. Ever since watching a movie back in the day, Bill Bellamy and How to Be a Player, and the loft that he had was really cool. This is the first time I've ever actually been in a loft. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek here of the double dipping.
Look.
Of the game area. We got the pool table here. Should have brought my stick. Should have brought my cue. We got the rack. Oh, they got billiard and pool. I think that's billiard. I think that's what they call it. No rack for 9-ball though. Oh, they got a drink machine up
Yeah,
there?
they got Great Crush in here. How much is it?
They don't have
25 cents.
They don't have
Oh, wait,
Sprite?
no, it's right there. Okay. It's
They don't have Sprite, so we can't do it. You think it'll work with 7-Up?
Yeah.
You think it'll work with 7-Up?
Horrible idea.
This is nice.
The TV's so small with that whole wall. You'd think they put like a bunch of TVs up there. That'd be kind of neat if they had.
This is nice. We need to check and see what this costs.
Did you notice how
We're gonna have a-
Winnipeg is after that hour of driving through nothing?
We're gonna have a place in Fargo, North Dakota, and a place in Winnipeg.
Oh, I love the churches. That's a Catholic church, I'm sure. But I love those kind of churches.
It's a nice view.
See, that's what I said when you get over here.
But these buildings, they look like super old.
Yeah, they do.
Just because of the color. But you know what? They probably want to keep it that way. Like the city planners want to keep it that way. But if somebody came through, they came through here like they did in Georgia. They come through and paint every building white.
With black trim and...
What happened? This is the mail room. I like the colors, like all the glass storefronts.
Yeah.
I also like the way you have to get in here and the fact that there's armed security.
Yes, I like that part too. That's nice.
All right, now we're heading to.
I always want to push the button.
What's that place called? Local?
Brown.
Oh, Brown.
Yeah, we're going to the one right here, right around the corner.
That's the same dog from the Mall of America. You know, working. You have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh my God. Are you doing this for STL?
No. Got old school Miley playing in here.
Maybe the kid's not allowed in. Let me go outside.
Hi.
Okay.
So this is attached to our building?
Yeah.
This video is going to be limited because we got T.I. over here trying to get me a copyright strike. But we're sitting outside here at the Browns Socialhouse and across from where the Jets play. And it's also social hour. So we got here right on time. We're going to check out this social IPA. I will say that this is a really nice looking bar. Great vibe, great atmosphere, and someplace that I can see myself hanging out and just grabbing a draft, maybe an old fashioned, watching a game. It's pretty cool. Oh, I thought you would have had your drink by now.
That's the $6 one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
6 US or?
I don't. 6 Canadian or whatever this is.
I mean, they're definitely not generous with the guac. Or maybe it's just not a, I don't know, is it not a big thing here or?
Well, no, because it's the social one.
Oh, okay. All right, I think yours is coming.
See that?
What'd you order? Oh, it's okay.
I got a, oh, I know, it's frozen. Now I know.
Uh-oh, what'd you get?
I got a Bellini.
Oh, it's
I was thinking it was like the other thing. I'm going to drink this one and then order something different.
Here we go.
All right, so that's an alcohol-free raspberry mojito. Here, do it.
We're on to round 2.
Thank you so much.
Swapped over to Prosecco and the Hazy IPA.
Oh, on the coat. Yes, I forgot that was there. Thank you very much. This is oh, the cigar. This is Rufino Prosecco. This one's
See, I can't judge how good any of that is until the next day. Because it doesn't matter how good it is right now. If tomorrow you're like, then it's not good.
oh, that day that I had way.
I ain't giving that shit away for free.
That's
Blackened chicken Alfredo.
like a heavy plate.
What'd you get? The quesadilla?
Quesadilla, yeah.
And the Caesar?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're my hero.
How do you spell your name? I'm tagging you on Instagram. Thank you very much. Okay.
Savage.
You just ate the whole cookie? Your spoons. I'm going all the way down to the bottom. You ready?
Perks of the job.
We have security change.
Security. That was a good meal.
It was very good.
Very enjoyable. It was essentially our
The
first.
government ID required.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was our first experience. See if we can find a skywalk. See if we can find a skywalk. That was our first experience here in Canada, eating. Skywalk access via second floor.
Hey, we get to Tim Hortons right here.
Second floor. So that was our first experience eating here in Canada, and it was a great choice made by Michelle,
Right there.
Scroll Tribe,
I don't know.
and everything was exceptional. Everything was exceptional.
Yes.
Now, how did we get here is the big question. Our trip, our plans, our itinerary continues to change and literally fly by the seat of our pants. But we did have a little bit of an interesting exchange at the border crossing, leaving, ultimately fleeing the United States and entering into Canada. Now, a lot of people may question why we did that exactly. Oh, where's the skywalk? Yeah, you know, I'm getting distracted again. So I showed you guys an EPDM roof before. Here we have, looks like we got a modified roof, probably torch grade. We just got a door that walks right onto the roof. You can go ahead and clean that roof drain there. Yeah, if you guys want to know about what happened trying to cross the border and ultimately how we got detained as we were fleeing the United States, crossing over into Canada, make sure you check out the links in the description and you are watching all the videos on all the channels because you're not going to want to miss that. It looks like we have found the sky that will take us from the restaurant back to, actually we need to go to parking deck. We go to parking deck.
We do.
P2,
Yeah.
parking deck.
So come this way.
Maybe over here. Let's see if, oh, you got the key fob?
Yeah, she's got the pop.
Maybe this will take us to the parking deck.
It does. I can see the, yeah, we're good. Hold that. I think somebody might
There we go. Sweet. So we would have been good, but it would have been,
That's the door I said to go in.
I know, but to get to the lobby, like to the main building, might have been a little confusing. But now that we know the lay of the land, we are all good to go. And for what? Because we're going to be leaving tomorrow. So now we know how to get around. We know, but we're ultimately going to be leaving. Unless there's consideration for dual citizenship and we buy a condo at, what was it, Sky Glass?
Glass house?
Glass House?
No, glass. Yeah, glass house.
Glass House?
I don't know.
Or we could just rent an apartment. It's super affordable. We checked with the conversion rates. You can get an apartment here for under $1,200 a month. They even had furnished options, which we need to check and see what the furnished options
I
cost.
bet it's a lot more than that unfurnished.
I bet you they're not. I bet you they're not.
Because the 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom was the same price. Why would you not pick a 2 bedroom for the same price as a 1 bedroom?
Crazy.
You got 50 extra square feet.
More room for activities.
You get it.
Y'all brought all this leftover food. You know she ain't gonna eat it.
She gets hungry later, she is.
Oh, okay. But seriously, folks, you got everything? Can I are we taking this one?
She said she's not taking it, so hopefully she don't need it anymore.
She gonna need some. I'll get it tomorrow.
How many's in here? Butters?
I got 2 upstairs, and there's 3 in the fridge. So, we actually do have some serious urgent warnings. We got some dangerous and severe weather. Get the book out the front seat. Dangerous and severe weather that's happening in the northeastern corner of the United States. And yes, New York is a very large state. So just because where you live in New York isn't flooded or hasn't experienced flooding doesn't mean that other parts of New York haven't. I've seen some crazy videos of flooding in Vermont. Unbelievable, unreal. We'll go down and just walk around. Yet, crops being destroyed, farms being put in jeopardy, and all this before the major change that is going to come to affect so many people by way of central bank digital currency. Somebody actually left a comment on the video, and it says that my threat is the government telling me to destroy my crops, limiting the amount of diesel that I can purchase for farm equipment, fertilizer, or seed. And that's the scariest for my income at this point, because ultimately that's where they're driving most of their revenue from. And I don't want them to know anything about my production process either. Now, in my opinion, I don't really see the government having the ability to come and tell you to destroy your crops, but I do see the possibility of the government making it so that your crops can be destroyed. And that would be done by way of this central bank digital currency, the CBDC. All they got to do is just implement restrictions and force people out, for which CBDC could not be used to buy fertilizer or other diesel fuel or other inputs needed for farming to produce, not only to feed your family, but also to produce income. All right, so now we're trying to gain access into the building here. Maybe, all right, the next go round, we're gonna figure out if we can actually, is there a way to get to here from the skywalk?
Skywalk, yeah, second floor.
And just come?
Second floor, you can use like the bar takes you to the parkage.
Uh-huh.
But also get to the building.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You didn't have the key for you.
I'm sorry?
You didn't have the key for.
Got it. So I think that elevator we passed, yeah, I think that was it. So we can try that. Are we going to Horton's or are we going to the?
We're going to the room.
No, to the other coffee place.
Oh, whatever you want to do. If you're going to drink somewhere, wherever you want to go. Which one are we on?
I don't know. But we got our own inputs here. We got some orange juice, some leftover orange juice from most of Monday. Why does it just feel like
I
that?
hate this elevator.
Man,
We're
that
taking
was
stairs every time.
like wiggy.
Yeah. Not doing that.
What are you doing wrong? This is 6, Mom.
Oh, snap.
'Cause I want
Wrong
office
floor.
elevator.
They say mask use recommended, but we didn't have to
That doesn't work here.
deal with the whole jab requirements to get in here, so that was a plus. It still feels like we're moving.
Yeah, that was an awful idea, so.
You got your C-bands on?
Yeah.
Elevator, no likey. Me no likey elevator.
We're not taking that again. We're taking
We're gonna hike up to 21 floors.
here.
Side note, this is our condo or loft. And if you guys want a full tour, make sure you check out the other channel. Pretty sweet. Now, this is definitely one of our smaller, no, I take that back. This conversion school bus was the smallest. We actually found an Amish chicken coop. I don't remember where that was. Might have been in Montana somewhere that we were gonna check out. But the kid has agreed to accommodate and sleep on this couch here. So we're not gonna make her do that too often. So the next place we go will definitely have more than one bed. I think one of the coolest things was when we got to the restaurant, the hostess who sat us, which ended up being our server, she goes, well, I've seen you before, so you've obviously been here. She was talking to you.
Yeah.
And I think that she has seen you before, even though you were like, no, this is our first time ever being in Canada. I think she has seen you before.
Possible.
But one of the things that we saw coming in was the crazy amount of farmland coming up I-92 or 29? I-29.
In Canada?
Yeah.
75?
Well, we came up 29 till we got to Canada, and Canada switched over to 75.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but once we got into Canada, that's when we started seeing all the farmland, which odds are, too, will probably eventually have their own central bank digital currency. But again, that would be how, in my opinion, the government could come in and take control of your inputs, your farming, without actually taking control. Because ultimately, they would restrict or redirect where you could potentially spend your money, the expirations on that money, or maybe even set limitations on what could be used or what the use could be for the money earned from the result of farming, and essentially imposing their own forced food shortage situation. Crazy when you think about it.